put him in control. Watch him become a god. Watch people's heads roll. Before the head explodes. 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 Just like the Pied Piper, led rats through the streets. We dance like marionettes, swing to the symphony. Just like the Pied Piper, led rats through the streets. We dance like marionettes, swaying to the symphony, swaying to the symphony of the starts to rumble. World powers fall. Roaring for the heavens. A peaceful man stands tall. Tall. Just like the Pied Piper, led rats through the streets. We dance like marionettes, swaying to the symphony. Just like the Pied Piper, led rats through the streets. We dance like marionettes, swaying to the symphony, swaying to the symphony of destruction.
The greatest football team. I got my head checked by a jumbo jet.
EA Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
Since the Packers and Chiefs met down in Southern California in what would come to be known as the first Super Bowl. But now, at modern Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, we are counting down to Super Bowl 60, and we've got a great matchup in store. Tonight, it is all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the AFC champion Miami Dolphins taking on the NFC champions, the Detroit Lions. First play, Mahomes looking to throw it. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
We'll have to see what kind of looks this defense is going to throw at him as this game moves along, but they're in a zone to start. I do think we'll see plenty of man coverage as we move along, but the first throw of this one, incomplete.
That's going to be caught by Kirk. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
I think as he began this throw, you saw that the area was congested, but he has a lot of confidence in his arm, and he fits that one in there nicely. They pick up the catch. Not much yardage afterwards.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Now here's Mahomes. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That's a gain of nearly 40 yards on 3rd and medium to pick up the first.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 34. And he'll get this just inside the 30-yard line. This Super Bowl, of course, just a huge one for this head coach. The first time he's walked the sidelines in a game of this magnitude. And you know, I might normally ask the cliche, what's going through his mind right now? But maybe the better question, CD, what do you think are the pitfalls of being a first-time head coach in this game?
Well, you know it's something that he thought about, Brandon, and he had to. And he was thinking about it long before he got to this stage. As the season progressed and he saw that his team was good, if he was smart, he started to make plans right then and there. Reach out to other coaches who've been there before. Find out how they handled winning, losing, handling all the ticket situations, travel, practice, all those things. And then trust your gut, make your best decision, and put it all out there and give your team their best chance to win.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Got his man, Dell. Call it a gain of a yard, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
On now the Miami field goal unit. From the right hash, it's a 46-yard attempt. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. 3 points, probably not going to win this Super Bowl, but at least you get something on the opening drive.
And it's certainly not going to lose it. So the bottom line is, come away with the points now. Come back and get greedy later and try and put it in the end zone.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together. They start the drive with Cook. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
2nd and 12 at the 23-yard line.
Throwing is Hurts. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that that time, and it's going to lead to third down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means he'll need to come up with something here on third down. In motion, Hill. Hurts. And he'll be touchdown here, but not before he does pick up the first. And they're able to convert on third with a solid gain of 23.
Lions.
First down, here's the run with Cook. He was brought down by Malik Collins.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Here's Hurts to throw. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
One thing you always worry about when he breaks the pocket is he going to take off with it? That time, the pressure was starting to close in, and he's just got to throw this one away.
Hey, Silver. Yeti.
Hurts sets up to throw it. And the tackle going to be made up at 38. His second catch of the Super Bowl, and it's good enough for a first down. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want their body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping that one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive. A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
They'll look to throw here on first down. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
2nd and 10.
Miami. Hey, easy, 63, back. Kyle Yeti.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. It's not, and the ball is knocked out. And this is going to kick out of bounds. Boy, a fortunate bounce or two there. They'll keep possession back inside the 10-yard line. Thankfully for the offense, a fortuitous bounce there on the fumble goes out of bounds because they're down here in the red zone. You don't want to lose one there.
You don't want to lose one, and the best part, because it went out of bounds, they retain possession, still have an opportunity to put points on the board.
Back to throw. He finds Bateman over the middle. 3 yards is the gain that time. 2nd and goal.
A gain of 3 brings up 2nd and goal at the Dolphins' 6-yard line.
They'll try the middle with Cook. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal. So now things get interesting on 3rd and goal from the 1.
This almost becomes a Darwinian call, doesn't it? Almost survival of the fittest here. I know we can go all cliche. I'll go ahead and do it. Who wants it more here? Who has a better leverage at the line of scrimmage? Let's go and see what happens.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Tyreek Hill there to make the grab. And the Lions are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first quarter lead. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. And he will be taken down here as the first quarter of play will come to an end. We've got a lot more ahead of us here in Super Bowl 60. Second quarter coming your way next. It's a close game here early on. The NFL on EA Sports continues right after this message. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
Throw over the middle is taken in by Dell. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. His second catch of the Super Bowl, and it's good enough for a first down.
At the 47-yard line.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. And complete to Zach Ertz. So the completion good for 6 yards. And it'll be second down.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line. They'll fake the jet sweep there. Instead, hand to Jacobs up the middle. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. 2 minutes gone by, second quarter. From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. Mahomes will do it himself. That is caught. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A good pickup there, 22.
That's a big gainer on that play, and from experience, I can tell you, that's where defensive backs will come into the huddle and say, guys, how about some pass rush? But you're going to say it nicely because those big guys up front, they don't like being criticized very much. Quarterbacks in this league, you know they'll pick you apart if you give them time like that to find receivers downfield.
When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack. But that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just dropping the football and making an incompletion as opposed to catching it and losing that kind of yardage.
Here's Mahomes to throw. That's complete to Dell. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing now is Mahomes. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Another good drive, Charles, but it looks like another that might end in a field goal try.
They've made some nice plays. They've given themselves opportunities, but as you noted, another field goal attempt coming up. And that's not how they want to end drives. They've got to figure out what's the final touch that they need to push it across the goal line.
Yeah, still yet to find the end zone. Well, that is not what you want to see from him on the big stage, obviously, and he's been so reliable all season long.
A big part of why they've gotten here to this game, but you have to wonder, will this haunt them later as this Super Bowl progresses?
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. From the gun, it's Hurts. That's complete to his receiver, Bateman. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, give him 14.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. Throw left side complete. That's Cook. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
Very good. Hey, crowd love Yeti. Yeti. Tiger Hornet.
They'll look to throw. Right back to Cook for another completion. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Consecutive catches for him. That good for 11.
Well, so far, little to no resistance by the defense on this drive alone. 3 passes, 3 completions, 3 first downs. They're taking it to him, and it's paying off.
Great. Easy, 63, 73.
They'll look to throw again. That is caught. Rashad Bateman. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. They'll run with Cook. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Cook will take this one in. It's a Lions touchdown.
Sometimes offense, if you get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out ready to send it away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. Open man is Kirk, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. 1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. Caught by the tight end Hurts. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. To throw, it's Mahomes. Finding Ertz again. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it's second down.
Yards on the pickup. Second and 6 at the Lions' 43-yard line.
Now here's Mahomes. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 33.
Will Reichard to kick off.
These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. And they'll opt not to return this, but since the ball did hit in the landing zone, this will come out to the 20. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And I would imagine this is where you have to take stock of the situation, CD, and say, gosh, we're halfway to the Lombardi Trophy. Let's not slow down now.
And I like the way you went there. Let's not slow down now, because the first half certainly went their way. And I would expect them to continue with that type of a game plan. But you're right. You do think back to Super Bowl 54. 49ers had a double-digit lead in the fourth quarter, couldn't hold on. So plenty can still happen.
Up the middle, it's Cook. Good cover defensively as they get to him just beyond the 45 after the broken tackle. It was Josh Sweat who got him down on the defensive side. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's third down. Throwing is Hurts. He's going to look for Allen now on the deep ball. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And that will hit and continue on out of bounds.
Over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
Mahomes now to throw. This is caught. It's Kirk. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards the pickup there.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
And he'll have the Dolphins first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there, just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense, because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point. And what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue. Not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off. But a nice game there for a first down.
And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Mahomes going to throw. This is caught. That's good for a gain of 6. 2nd and goal.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and goal at the 1-yard line.
15. Yellows.
Jacobs will take this in for the Dolphin touchdown. Finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 downs, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
The Dolphins are lining up for a 2-point conversion.
Mahomes will throw for it. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And with it, they're back within a field goal.
Dolphins 11.
The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. And Hurts going to move them around. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Gets this one to Hill. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out by a few inches. That'll be a 1st down.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end. And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
Third quarter of the biggest spectacle in sport, the Super Bowl. Thanks for joining us, everybody. 2nd and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's Hurts to throw. And that is incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Dolphins' drive will start deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time out, Charles. Remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
Now Mahomes. That's caught on the left side by Kirk. And he gets up near the 25 to about the 24 before going out of bounds. Fifth catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
From the lineman to the guy running with it, that was a well-executed first down by the offense. With 2 shots left to get the first, you can get a little aggressive here on second down if you want and try for some bigger yardage.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped, but I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Jacobs going to try the middle. And he stopped immediately there. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. And this is going to be intercepted. Loose inside the 30. And the Lions are going to get the football back as time will run out in this 3rd quarter of play. Up next, the biggest quarter of the entire season. At the end of that, we get to crown a champion. We are through 3 here in Super Bowl 60. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Hey, 63.
Hurts. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Keenan Allen, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Lions are starting to pull away in the 4th quarter of this Super Bowl. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
A gain of 9.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
The offense on 3rd down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. And a 2-score game, obviously. Every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Antonio Johnson. Well, time, certainly not on their side offensively. They had to take some chances, but that interception will further hinder their already slim chance of victory.
Yeah, and you're talking about time not on their side, but it certainly is on the defensive side, and they understood that. They knew they had to press it a little bit and they planned accordingly. And what a benefit for them, able to pick that one off and hopefully put this game away.
Now a 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Now Hurts is going to do it himself. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. Hurts dangerous when he runs that football. He's got a first. Cook up the gut. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. He'll look to throw. Now Hurts, he's going to do it himself. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Lions are feeling good as they extend their lead in this Super Bowl. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And it's becoming more and more apparent that this is just not going to be their night. That Lombardi Trophy so close, but the expectations simply have not matched the results as they start on this drive 1st and 10.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
43.
Throwing now is Mahomes. And he rifles one incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Mahomes to throw. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
If they're going to have a shot in this Super Bowl, they're going to need this one on 4th down. Now Mahomes got to have this one. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Again, it's Cook. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Third down, here's a run by Cook. Oh, fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. 11 yards there and a Lion first down.
First down, Detroit.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Give to Cook out of the gun. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Now 2nd and 9 from the 10. A first carry for Samaje Perine. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
73.
From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And this one is right through. So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. But probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the 4th quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
Yellow.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Well, these guys are not going to go out with their tails between their legs. They're going to keep taking their shots until the clock's at 000. But that one, like a lot of others, winds up incomplete.
Mahomes going to go on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that may write a finish to this Super Bowl. And the Lions will take the knee here with victory in the cards. And the Lions, yes, the Detroit Lions have won the Super Bowl. And their remarkable season ends in the most remarkable of ways. They get to put next to their name, Super Bowl champion.
And they can't ever take that away, can they?
Nope.
That lasts forever. So good to see the emotion when it's all said and done. You see the hugs. You see the guys sharing, the collective happiness. Makes me want to carry you around a little bit on my shoulders to celebrate the triumph. And congratulations to them, a fantastic season.